And both teams shake hands to start the game. Great sign of sportsmanship to get going here right away. And Worland coming out with a nice little routine here to get themselves pumped up. And for the visiting team, Lady Warriors on the court to start out, we have number 19, Sabrin Crippen. We got number 16, JC Page. Number 12, Sage Jones. Number 1, Casey Wassam. Number 2, Kendry Kidgel. And number 5, Tyra Cheatham.
And for your home reigning team, we got number 1, Maddie May. We got number 15, Marlisa. Number 10, Grayson Curtis. Her sister, number 5, Devin Curtis. Looks like we got a 6th grader starting. Number 14, Amanda Cooley. And number 4, Caitlin Crum.
I think that's a fun part of being in a small school here. You got mixed 6th, 7th, and 8th grade on the Meeteetse side of the court. Worland, of course, being a bigger town. I'm not sure what grades they all got for their team here today. But either way, it should make for an exciting match. Not sure what the delay is here. Missing a referee on the lower ground. I don't know if there's an issue with the book, but hopefully we're getting that all sorted out.
Looks like we might have had a little bit of a rotation problem for Meeteetse.
Ooh. Already running into some rotational errors. Never a good sign, but better now than later in the match, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. Don't want to get a point counted off for being in the wrong position.
And Worland being the visiting team, they will start off the match with the first serve. And we have number 1, Casey Wassam. And it's up, over the net, ball's in play. Nice dig by number 10 over there from Meeteetse. Tipped over, and it hits the floor in favor of your Longhorns as they take the quick lead, 1-0.
Got Maddie serving it over. Almost a carry there, and the ball is back in play over on Meeteetse's side. And it'll be into the net for Worland. So it'll be Meeteetse's ball again.
Nice little volley there between both sides. Good tip back and forth. Like you said, close on the carry, but with the no call. And ball was grounded in Meeteetse's favor. They're up early, and there we have an ace off the serve. That's from 1, Maddie May. So you play volleyball. How important is it to get a quick start in these matches?
I'd say it's really important to get going and get ahead right off the bat, because otherwise you're just trying to catch up, and it's good to stay positive though.
That's for sure. We had another ace there. This is definitely a sport and a match played where if you fall behind early with the rally scoring, it can be tough to catch back up, especially if you're playing a well-disciplined and fundamental team that's not putting the ball on the ground, not hitting it out of bounds or in the net. It can be tough to recover. So I agree with you. The fast start is very important. However, that last serve went long, so the service goes over to Worland here, down 4-1 early.
Nice serve there for Worland, number 19, Sabrin Crippen. She got an ace serve off of the Meeteetse Longhorns.
Ooh, great dig there by the Longhorns. We're on hit 3. Does it get over? And unfortunately it doesn't. As many of your viewers know, the ball's got to be over in 3 tries. As soon as it gets that 4th hit without passing over, that is a rule violation and reports word to the other team. So after that fast start by the Longhorns, the Lady Warriors have quickly closed the gap 4-3 with serve. Oh, and there we have the home court advantage of the low ceiling.
That is for sure. You see a lot of teams not really expecting the low ceilings here in Meeteetse.
definitely an advantage. You guys get to practice in it every day. You see it every day. And come game time, you're just used to being able to control the ball a little better than the opposing team. Worland's back with serve, trailing 5-4 here in the first set. Number 5 serving, Tyra Cheatham. Oh!
Let's go, Red, you got this!
Another hard serve from Tyra Cheatham.
And just like that, after the 4-0 start for the Longhorns, they now trail 6-5. Trailing with, yes, like you said, the hard overhand serve coming from these Lady Warriors. Dug up by Maddie May. And once again, oh, and they called the ceiling out of bounds. I believe that was the call. I don't know if I agree with it. Either way, they're awarding the point to Lady Warriors, 7-5, Worland. Oh. And after a few tough digs for the Longhorns, Maddie May kind of takes things in her own hands with this single bump pass over, which then the Lady Warriors can't handle in 3, and the points away to the Longhorns. And we have Miss May, number 4, or check that. Miss Cooley, number 14, serving for the Longhorns, and it's over the net, and we're back in play.
Nice hit there over the net for the Lady Longhorns, finding the open hole in the back court.
And we're tied up 7-7 first set. We have a timeout by your Lady Warriors.
Making just a few mistakes that could be corrected, but overall I'd say they're pretty evenly matched.
I agree. Agree completely. And Meeteetse's serve is up, and it comes a little short. Fails to clear the net, so that's a point for the Warriors, and it'll be back to their serve. Number 2, Kendry Gitchell is on the back line, and here to send it over. Oh, fishy, fishy, fishy. Net, net, net. That serve does not cross the line. Point Longhorns, 8-8.
We got Caitlin Crum with a delicate underhand serve.
Oh! And on the attempt of the bump set spike, number 19 for Worland takes a mighty big hack at it, unfortunately. Good for the Longhorns, it doesn't clear the net because that sucker was packing some heat. Oh! And once again, we run into the home court disadvantage as the serve hits the ceiling. We go back over to Worland, 9-9. Oh, number 16 serving for Worland. J.C. Page finds the gap in the Longhorn D for a service ace. Worland takes the lead, 10-9. First set. Dug up for the Longhorns. Pass back over to the side. Worland on their third hit gets it over. Maddie May again with another dig. Oh, young Crum with a good tip over. And number 12 for Worland can't handle the tip back. And she bumps it out of bounds on the side of the Longhorns. Point Meeteetse, back to their service.
Grayson with a great serve, but number 12 reading the play. Getting it over into Meeteetse's hole there.
That was a very nice serve, close to the net. Had a little power behind it, but dug up nicely. Whoa, returning the favor of the nice serve, and yes, it just sneaks on the line. Service ace for the Lady Warriors. Number 12, Sage Jones with that ace. Let's see if the Longhorns adjust their D after that serve.
Good serve receive, but Maddie just couldn't follow through with the tip as it goes into the net.
Longhorns are hearing some good communication on the side, which you like to see with the young kids. Oh, and quite the nifty backward tip by May for the Longhorns. Sneaks it in bounds. Gets the point for the Longhorns. Gets the service back on the side of the home team. See if they can rally a little bit. They're down 2 here in the first set, 13-11. Oh! And finding the hole in the D for the Longhorns, number 15, Marlissa Chavaria with the ace. And just like that, that deficit the Longhorns saw is now to 1 with a chance to tie here on this serve. Trying to keep the defense honest. She then tries a short left corner serve. However, it sails wide out of bounds. Point in service back to the Lady Warriors. And we have number 1 on the back line for Worland. That's Casey Wasson. And unfortunately, her serve sails out of bounds, hitting the front mat. The serve comes back over to the Longhorns with arguably one of their top talents, I'd say, on the squad looking early on. Number 1, Maddie May. Oh! She serves, she digs, passes it over, and finds the line for the point for Meeteetse.
I'd say that was a pretty close call.
From our vantage point, granted we are up above, we kind of have a good view. We get the downward angle. We see the court pretty well up here, but the line judge has it even better down on the court side. Says it paints the line, calls it in. Either way, it's good for Meeteetse. Rough luck for the Lady Warriors. And after a little back and forth volley there, the Longhorns attempt to the bump, sails wide, almost hits us up here in the booth. Watch out, Caitlin. Balls are flying around here. Point, Worland. Their serve. We're having some communication down here. I think it might be something with the rotation again. What do you think? Is that
Looks as though it was.
Is that usually what the refs talking about usually when they're taking a break, especially the one on court?
Yeah, usually the ref on court has a little, I don't know, device I would call it, that has all the rotations written down. And if you're out of rotation, they'll usually pick up on that pretty quickly.
Yes, yeah. I know watching and not having any personal experience playing organized volleyball, that's, from a spectator standpoint, can be confusing. I know you got players swapping in and out, and especially when you get in the high school and upper levels, when you start incorporating the libero position, it can get quite confusing watching. I know that for sure. And amidst the talk about the rotation, the serve finally came over, which ended in an ace for Worland. Seen a lot of aces here in the first set, as we just see another one chalked up. I guess it's to be expected to a point, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so, especially with both teams having fairly hard servers.
Yeah, I agree. The serves are coming in nice and hard, finding the holes and gaps in the defense. And hopefully as these young players develop, I mean, we can start seeing some more rallies here later in the match. Here we have the younger of the Curtis sisters on serve, and hers is over. Can't be handled and put back in play by Worland. Point for Meeteetse. Back within 1. We're approaching 25. That's what the sets go to. 25, win by 2. And your Longhorns trail right now just 17-16. Number 5 for the Longhorns. Devin Curtis on serve. Goes with the underhand. Oh, puts it in nice short. Great hustle by Worland. Oh!
Oh, man.
And what looked like a great volley gets called short. She called the carry there?
Yeah, I think Grayson Curtis might have just carried the ball a little bit there.
Just a slight carry. I thought it was a great effort on her part. But either way, the third hit ended up going in our unfortunately low ceiling net rafter there we have hanging. And I don't think it would have counted anyway. So we're back to serve Worland. And amidst all the talking here, they just happen to score another part. And the game ball, of all places, rolls up in the bleachers and finds a nice three-point shot. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're not to basketball season. Sorry. Finds the garbage can. Good for 3 points. But back to volleyball as I digress. That serve goes low for Worland. 19-18. heated match, but even throughout this first set. But here's a great opportunity with serve for Meeteetse to really take control of this set. Oh!
And again with our disadvantage here, Amanda Cooley can't quite get the serve over the net with our incredibly low ceilings.
Yeah, it's definitely not a volleyball player's dream facility. Court's beautiful. However, the ceiling could use a few more feet. Crum on serve for the Longhorns. It's over. Controlled by Worland. Back in play for the Longhorns. Setting up. We got to get over in this one. Oh, and just missed it. It's number 15 for the longest, Shavaria. Great effort. Had a little back and forth action there. Oh, pardon me. These sets only go to 21. I had misspoken before. High school, they go to 25, right?
Yes.
So we have a little change in change of rules. As I told you earlier, these sets go to 21, win by 2. Best of 3. Okay, matches to determine best out of 3. Coming out here the second set, I got Meeteetse on my side here to the left. I got 1 Maddie Maid, number 5, Devin Curtis. 14, Amanda Cooley. 15, Marlissa Shavaria, number 4. Caitlin Crum, and number 10, and the older of the Curtises, Grayson.
And on Worland's side, we got 15, Amaya Dunham. We got number 8, Kyla Mills. 16, JC Page. Number 6, Olivia Schwerman. Don't want to mispronounce her name there. Looks like we got number 9, Celia Saucedo, and number 43, Cassidy Gary.
It looks like before we get started here, they're checking the rotations out. Both squads have quite a few players. This Lady Warrior roster from Worland definitely has a few more girls than our Longhorns, but what we lack in size, I definitely think our girls are making up with heart and effort, which, you know, sometimes being the smaller team, you got that little underdog, you got to have that little chip on your shoulder to come out and be ready to go against these bigger schools, don't you?
Yes, that is for sure. I just remember when I was in middle school, we were probably the smallest team out there.
Well, you know what they say, it's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Or in this case, we're Longhorns here, so it's basically how rough and tough these horns can be day in, day out. And we're underway. Oh! And here we have Grayson with another unfortunate carry. I think all Shirley's do, bring those hands together, get a nice little bump on that, and that would be a nice little play for her.
Sure would. Just pop it right out of the net there so they can play it over the net.
Younger sister Devin there with the dig, putting it back over. Ball to floor, point Longhorns, 1-1. Here on, early on. Service time now for your Longhorns. 10, Grayson Curtis on the back line. She goes with the overhand, unfortunately hits the net. Doesn't clear it. Okay, that's a point awarded for Worland. We got a random buzzer here as our floor official jogs over, talks to the booth, to our bench official.
Looks like we're having another rotation miscommunication here.
Yeah, movement during the serve, I think, is what I saw the signal. Either way, the ball didn't clear the net, so one way or the other, Worland's going to get this point. Serve it over for Worland. Oh, and right inside the line. Great service. Hits the paint in that back line is number 43, Chastity Gary. Service ace Warriors. 3-1 now in favor of Worland. They do have the serve. See how she follows up that ace serve. There, nice overhand. Well dug. Oh, by Maddie May, but unfortunately a little hard on the control. Goes in the net. Young Crum can't dig it out of the net. Finds the floor. And a quick lead now for Worland, 4-1. So we see the change of ties. Meeteetse last set came out with the fast start, got up 4-0 early. Worland coming and returning the favor now after that service point. 5-1 Worland. What do these Longhorns need to do to try to turn this around?
Well, I'd say they, first of all, need to relax just a little and just get a nice little bump up to the setter so they can get a good hit over the net.
A little uptight, a little tense after the first set loss. Coming out, a little jittery. My partner in crime over here says just take a deep breath, get a nice bump, control the bump, okay? And just go from there. Let the ball do the work, and let's just try to put it on the floor in their court. Well, your advice worked for 1 point, and then we got served back, and unfortunately it went under the net. Be a great shot if it was crochet. Unfortunately, it's volleyball. We got to go over the net. Point for the Lady Warriors. They're back on serve. Nice looking overhand floater serve. Oh, little miscommunication by Longhorns, but they get it over the net. And after they're quick over the net, Worland was quick to return the favor, and unfortunately, Longhorns couldn't handle it. Nice little volley back and forth. Good turnover turn about 3 times in the net there. Unfortunately for the Longhorns, Worland comes out with the point. Oh, nice bump there. Got the set. Oh, even got a little spike action.
Oh, let's see if they can do it again.
Oh, yeah! And while they couldn't paint the ground right away on the kill, they stayed with it. Well, they were on the defensive. They were on the offensive, then the defensive. Then they get back on offense. Finally put it down. We got it closing the gap a little. Meeteetse 3, Worland 7. Meeteetse with serve. Oh, unfortunately for the Longhorns, that ball finds the ground. Another point, Worland. 8-3 now. 5 points. How tough is it to come back in 5 points? Is it still early enough? They still got it in?
I'd say it's still early enough. If they keep themselves up and positive and not get discouraged quickly, then they can get it back no problem.
Morale is a big factor. Unfortunately, that's a dagger for it when you get the bump like that and can't control the second hit. Finds the ground. 9-3 now, Worland. Like you said, it's still early, but we need to get on a run.
Great hustle there, but just can't quite get it in the court there.
Yeah, and that one finds the court, and the Longhorns now trail 10-3. Probably a good call here for Coach Query. Timeout, Longhorns. Head coach for the junior high girls here at Meeteetse. We got to Longhorns just focus, be fundamentally sound, see if we can't get the Warriors off guard a little bit, and test their fundamental capabilities, see if we can't get them to give up a few points here. Come back. We're back in action. Worland's ready to serve. Looks like we got number 3 over there. Caitlin Abbott. Or is that 9? Or is that 5? Have a tough time. It's on our left shoulder here. My vantage point's not the greatest. Either way, we got a young Lady Warrior ready to serve. She's got the lead, 10-3. She can really go after the serve. It is number 9. I apologize, Cecilia Suasfido. It's returned by Meeteetse. Oh, Maddie May taking it. Oh! After the spike, great dig, goes over the net. Longhorns get it again. However, on the return, Lady Warriors can't handle it. And that's what I'm talking about, and letting them make the mistakes. That last bump sails wide, out of bounds. Point Longhorns, 1 point at a time. Here we go, that's 1. We need a few more. Okay, 10-4 Worland. And we have some substitutions here from Meeteetse coming in. Number 12, Emma Porter, 6th grader here for the Longhorns. And let's see if she can bring a little fiery punch. Keep this little rally we just started going. It's like the players just conferencing with the official, making sure they're in the right spots, making sure we got the right person serving. And that person is number 14, Amanda Cooley, 6th grader here. She's going with that underhand. And after she put a couple on the rafters, she's a little hesitant now.
Just being a little delicate with the ball there. And I'd say underhand serving is a bit more difficult than overhand serving.
Especially with these ceilings. You go too hard, you're putting it in the rafters. Then after you go up in the rafters a couple times, you try to soften it up. Then you're going short. definitely advantage. If you got the overhand serve down, it's definitely, especially in this facility, the best way to go. We understand this level. It can be difficult to master that overhand serve. Okay. Oh! However, we see a nice underhand serve there by Devin Curtis. If you can get it like that, that line drive underhand, that's tough to handle. Got some great sideline cheering here. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I love the enthusiasm. Oh, and after the beauty first one, she shank hooks that one to the right, unfortunately. 6-12 now, Worland advantage. 15 to serve for Worland. Amaya Dunham. She's got a 6-point advantage here. And she rips a good one. And Amanda Cooley jumps up. Not the best technique there on that attempt to dig, would you say?
Not a very good technique, I'd say. I'd say that ball would have been out of bounds.
Yeah, it was going hard. She's close to the back line anyways. Reaches up with the right hand, tries to control it. Fortunately, it hits the ground. It's over. We got a side out. Next point here. Fortunately for the Longhorns, that last serve goes short and wide. Okay, 7-13 Longhorns. Need to get on a run here. Here we go. Maddie May with the serve. Puts it in play. Well dug up by number 8 of Worland, Kyla Mills. They set it up. They play the bump set spike. Unfortunately for Worland, the spike goes into the net. Point Longhorns. 2 in a row now for Meeteetse.
It's going to be Maddie's ball again. She's quite the powerhouse.
All right, let's see if she can bring the thunder again. Oh, and that one doesn't even find hands.
The hole.
Finds a hole and causes a little worry in the coaching staff of the Lady Warriors as they've seen enough. 3 points in a row now for the Longhorns with Maddie May on serve. Wasting no time. Take the timeout. 13-9.
They're coming out of the timeout, but if she just stays calm and stuff, she's got it.
I agree. We'll see. You know, you see this a lot in the college NFL ranks. Icing the kicker, calling the timeout right before. Here we have a server. She's hit a few over. They're having trouble handling it. Going with the ice technique as well. See if they can't ice that server, get her out of her rhythm a little bit. It also gives you the defense a chance, like you're saying, try to strategize, put themselves in position to best handle this serve. Our floor official here, sporting a nice skin-tight haircut. Definitely wears a ball cap during the summer as he has the awkward patch of tanness on the back of the head. But he's here, you know, protecting that noggin from all those harmful UV rays. We're back in action. Number 1, Maddie May comes over. Oh, and tries with the backline spike. Oh, is that net tight? Is that regulation or what? Because I thought that should have rolled over. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Falls back on the floor from Meeteetse's side. And the run of Maddie May on the back line here is over, but let's see if we can start up that rally once again.
Looks like we got Marlisa coming back into the game for Meeteetse, as it's going to be Worland's ball here.
Ooh, well dug up by Miss Cooley. Maddie May, oh, we got some spike on spike action, and who wins that one? Well, no other than our own Meeteetse Longhorn, Maddie May, number 1. Keeps the deficit at 4. Okay, we're getting closer to 21. We really need to get closer. Okay, see if we can't overcome. Marlisa's on the back line with the serve. Time to make something happen for Meeteetse, and what do you know? Ace right off the bat.
Great underhand serve there by Marlisa.
She looked to have that short control down that we talked about earlier. That can be tough. Oh! And she goes and tries the left side here. Granted, I had a Worland player partially in the way, but I thought that had line written all over. The chair checks with the line judge. She says it sailed wide. Point, Worland. Meeteetse's back down 4. 43 on service for Worland. Chastity Gary. She likes to bring the thunder. Oh! And it falls in the court. Maybe a little bit confusion about where Marlisa was on the court there.
I'd say so. I'd say there's confusion and miscommunication there between Maddie and Marlisa, too.
Yeah, communication so key in any sporting event. Just life in general, communication so vital. We got some vertical bumping going on, and somehow they come. Oh! Dug up by Marlissa, saved again by one of her teammates. Unfortunately, Young Crum can't put it back in play on the third hit. However, some great digs there to keep it alive to begin with.
Great hustle.
Oh, great dig, going to the knees. Bless her heart for wearing those knee pads, and smacked over, showing the energy. Sporting the discount double check, Aaron Rogers touchdown belt there. Number 10, Grayson Curtis. I love the enthusiasm. She's pumped. Now she's on service. See if we can carry over that power over the net. Here we go. Down 5. Need a run. Down 1 set. It's go time or no time for the Longhorns. Unfortunately, that power she just had on that spike can't carry over to the service line. Down 6 now, Longhorns. 12-18. Worland on serve. Number 6. Olivia Sherman. It looked like it was going out of bounds, but the great hustle, I guess you call it great hustle. No doubt the hustle, but not the most intelligent hustle, would you say?
Yeah, sometimes though, you can't be too sure. You don't want to chance it.
That's very true. If you got to play, no sense in chancing it. We love the hustle, love the spirit. (19-13) Worland here. Oh, and does it find the dirt? It does! If there's any time we need to rally, it's now. Worland's 2 points away from the match, but Meeteetse is on serve. We get the first one in. Caitlin Crum gets her first serve in. Going for serve number 2. Going with the short approach. Doggy, just a little short. So now, set and match point for Worland. There's the dig. Here's the set. Set goes over. Oh, nicely received by Worland. It goes back with a note from Meeteetse. And after the bump, it sails high. Hits the top of the low ceiling. Falls on the dirt. Lady Longhorns fall second set. 21-14. Unfortunately, with that is also the match.
Oh, we might be wrong here, though. Looks like we got the captains.
Captains are out.
And there's the coin toss.
And both teams are back on their sides. Here we are getting ready to start our third set of tonight's action. Like we have said, Worland took the first 2. We're going to play a third here. Number 1 for Worland looks like she's going to start this set out serving. Casey Wassam. Getting the clock ready. Joining Wassam is 12. Sage Jones, 19. Cybrin Crippen, number 9. Cecilia Cecito. Number 14, Madison Dupree. And number 5, Tyrus Cheatham. Serves over. And just like that, the Warriors pick up right where they left off with a service ace. Great overhand serve, flies to the back row, well handled by Cooley. Fortunately, on the second bump, goes high into the rafters, bouncing on the unfortunate side of the Longhorns. 2-0 Worland. Here we are early in this third set. 1 Wassam, still a serve. Crum with the dig, Cooley with the second. Looked like she knuckled that one a little bit. Didn't get much on the forearm there. Had a tough time controlling that second set. Longhorns are in a quick hole, 3-0 hole, with 1 Wassam with her nice flat-lined overhand serve. Oh, and that one,
almost gets a person in the crowd.
Someone almost had to revisit the nacho bar as that almost became bleacher bait. Luckily, he's as agile as a spring kitten. Dodges that ball. Unfortunately, though, it was off the hands of our Longhorns. Quick 4-0 hole. Coach Query calls timeout, trying to regroup these girls. So after a disappointing second set loss there where they lose by 7 points, they're now in a 4-0 hole. What do these Longhorns need to do? What's Coach Query trying to get across to these girls so we can get maybe a little more success on that scoreboard for our Longhorns?
I'd say she's trying to get it across that, hey, you know, don't let them lose themselves. Don't beat yourselves. They'll make the mistakes. Don't you guys make the mistakes for them, basically.
Couldn't agree more. It's tough enough playing the opponent, but when you're playing against yourselves as well, it's never a great ratio to compete against. Wassum still on serve. She's created the first 4 points. And unfortunately, right out of the timeout, they go back at Devin. Okay. She looks to be a little rattled out there. Teammates are doing a great job keeping her focused. Okay. She's regrouping here. Wassum still on serve. She got the first 5 here for the Lady Warriors. Oh! And it looks like they found someone to pick on, and unfortunately, she's wearing 5 in a red jersey. (6-0) now. Lady Warriors. They only go to 21. Almost a third of the way there. Longhorns need a quick comeback. And Coach Query looks like she saw about the same thing we were seeing. She subs her out. Now we're going to take number 12 in here, Emma Porter. She's now back row. Oh, Cooley gets the dig.
And
May
Maddie,
finish it over, and
fast free ball over the net there with that one.
that end-over-end topspin definitely creates some momentum. Tough to dig. And it finds a hole for the Longhorns, and now it's 6-1. And after the powerhouse serve for one by the Longhorns, May, they can't control the dig. Just like that, 2-6, we're back to 4. 4's pretty nice number there in volleyball. We'll get a little hot here. Comeback is on. Unfortunately, didn't quite up to that front foot on the serve. Shanks it into the net. Point and serve over to Worland. Number 9 on service here. Cecilia Saucedo. Well dug up by Young Crum. Bumped back over by the Warriors. And Cooley tries the back row set. Always tough to handle.
That's for sure. I know our coach doesn't like it when we do those back row sets. She'll make me do finger push-ups for them.
Ooh. Now that sounds pretty tough. I don't even think I could do a finger push-up, even in my prime. So credit you for first off being able to do them, but I probably would learn my lesson from somebody else on that one. Not trying that back row set. Take my chances with looking like a doofus with the funky bump. Ooh, great technique by number 12 on Worland on that dig. 1, 2, 3, they're back over the net. Oh, and 19 comes in with the no set spike. For Worland, finds the pay dirt, gets the point. 9-3 Worland as they maintain their 6-point lead here in this third set. 14 for Worland. About to serve Madison Dupree. Oh, unfortunately, it's off the right fingertips of Dupree's serve. Point Meeteetse. Grayson Curtis now has to serve. It's up, it's over. Just long.
First she goes short, then she goes long. Now she just has to find that happy medium.
And unfortunately, she's got to wait 6 rotations to get back there. So let's hope we can create it for her. See if she can get that figured out here. That's a good start for the Longhorns after the Warriors put it in the net on service. Oh, I hear the Worland coach is calling for substitution, and here it comes. We have number 2, Kendry Kidgel, coming in for number 5, Tyra Cheatham. Longhorns have serve. Caitlin Crum. Puts it over. Ooh, a true bump, a true set for the Longhorns. Oh! Oh! Maddie May just controlling the net. Not letting any over. Almost looking like a doubles tennis player. Unfortunately, the Warriors find the cross-court spike, getting it away from young May. And with that, they also find the floor, awarding that point. What did you think of that volley there?
I thought that was a great volley. Maddie May, sure, as you said, controlling the net.
Roger Federer would even be jealous of her great net skills. Oh, and being in the right spot there is Devin Curtis on that spike. Now this is what we call volleyball, folks. We got some true bumping, some true setting, even some overhand spiking coming around. Defensive players rotating into the correct positions to handle those digs. And fortunately for the Longhorns, that last spike sails wide. Great eye there for the Longhorns. They get the point. Down 5 here. 11-6 Worland. Cooley with the serve. Handled by Worland, but can't handle it with control. Hits the top rafter, finds the dirt, and now, just like that, Meeteetse's within 4. And you got to say, 4 points here. 11-7. Plenty of time. Got the serve. Let's try to win this set.
Amanda Cooley finding that serve she's been looking for the whole game.
And what she's also found is some success for the Longhorns. 2 serves in a row. Putting the pressure on Warriors, just like you said. Let them make the mistakes. And that's actually what they've done the last couple. They couldn't handle it, couldn't put it over the net. And 3 in a row. Ace is the place for the Longhorns. Little misstep there on the serve. She gets the jump, gets started over. Little too much lift. Finds that, but great comeback now. Longhorns are within reach here. Down only 3. 12-9, plenty of room, plenty of time. Number 12 for Worland.
Hard server there.
Finds the dirt. Gosh dang, looking from here, she looks to have a size advantage here.
Yeah.
How important is it, height, size in volleyball? You know, in other contact, man-to-man sports, you always say the bigger, you know, the better. What do you feel in volleyball?
I'd say in volleyball it's really nice to have that height advantage, especially for when you get up there into high school, getting the blocks and getting the hits to go straight down. It's really nice.
Definitely. Couldn't agree more. If she keeps growing, she could become a force. Already looking to stand about 5'8". I don't know. Granted, I'm up here, but definitely a taller young lady. But I think our Longhorns will get some pretty good length and height on our side, too. And we also have serve, which is great. Back in Devin Curtis now. We last saw her struggling to receive serve, so now she gets to return the favor of her own.
And it's going to be called out of bounds because of our net hanging down there.
I just don't like that. Play with the elements. I mean, it's the same for both teams. If we're both up against it, why credit the team that happens to hit it? Oh, great dig by Crum. May comes across, puts it back over, dug up by the Warriors. Great set. Here we go with the spike. Oh, it's close to the line. What do they say? In. Just inside the line. With that point for the Warriors, it's now 16-10. We're approaching 21. Go time for the Longhorns. Need to start making something happen. Substitution for the Warriors. 5 in for them. That's Tyra Cheatham. She's a little taller. She's back on the front line. 1 on serve. She started the game with the first 6 points for Worland. She's back on serve. Trying to pick on Devin Curtis again. She got the dig down. We give her the dig. Unfortunately, couldn't control it with Second player couldn't get to it. 17-10 now. Biggest deficit now of the match so far for your Longhorns. Ooh, and that had some heat on it. Whoa!
But Grayson Curtis brings it right back to Worland.
I really hope she starts making some more awesome plays because I just love her reactions out there after things happen. She's pumped. I like to see it. Oh! Once again, just nicked that ceiling. I'm almost ready to call for Bush League on that one. So close. And unfortunately, that's an easy point for the Warriors after what would have been a very good serve. But lucky for the Longhorns, that young lady Warrior was unable to put it over the net. Point Longhorns, 18-12. They can't afford to make any more mistakes. They got to start putting some pressure on these Lady Warriors. See if they can't come away with the set here. Marcilla on serve, puts it over with a nice low line underhand. Maddie May with a no hesitation mid-row spike. Oh, we had a great volley there, and the ball finds the bleachers on the wrong side of the court for any team. But the better team in this case is for the Longhorns. They get the point, 18-13. It's 2 points in a row now for Meeteetse. Need some more to happen. See if we can't cut this thing within 1 or 2. After all, you do have to win by 2. Another low liner. Well dug. Well bumped. That frontward bump is always a tough one. Curtis controlling the front line. Oh, but the cross-court spike by Worland finds the just inside the court. Point Worland. It's now 19-13. They're 2 away from this third set under their belt. Longhorns got to dig in here. Need to control the D.
Looks like we had one of the captains call for a rotation check. That's always a smart move to keep from losing a point.
And that's really nice. You can do that in high school too, right? Captains come check with the referee, make sure everything's where they're supposed to be. And lucky for the Longhorns there. Looks like 14 came a spoonful short on her Wheaties. She comes a little short of the net. Back to the Longhorns now. Gotta go. Go time here. Here we have Grayson Curtis back up. Oh! And she figured out the strength factor. It would have been in the court remedy in between short and long. Unfortunately, now we got to get it straightened out. Sails wide. Set point for Worland. 2014. Calling for a miracle here, folks. Serves up. Oh! In tough position there where she's at. It would have been in. She had to go for it. Unfortunately, she couldn't handle it. Finds the dirt. 21-14. Matching score from last